Where we fear to go, Jesus has already trod, that we may fear no longer. And so it is that they who walk with Jesus do not live in fear of an unknown future. At the end of life, the judgment we expect considers only the way in which we have lived. Christian Grady acknowledged Christ as his Lord and Redeemer. They knew each other as friends, and that familiarity now brings him to new life. The hold of death over those who walk in faith is momentary, because the call to life is the substance of Christ's victory over sin and death. Let us now raise our voices in praise of the Lord our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. We pray that Christ's victory is now Christians. May he rest in peace.
Come on.
Well, it's a nice day for a drive. It's going to be a long time before you get another chance. Pity you didn't get to see your brother. Probably couldn't stitch his head back on.
Kapinski, watch where you're driving, will you? You're giving us both the shits. Just sweat on getting this guy back in one piece.
Okay, okay. They were lucky to even find it in that rubbish tip. Maybe they should have had a tiny coffin as well.
Like a hat box.
Get him off me!
Get back in the car, Grady. So help me. I'll drop you.
Come on, mate, get out! I'll get off the road. I haven't got all day. Come on.
If you were going to shoot, you would have done it by now.
Hey, asshole, off the bridge.
Either way, I'm not going back in the slammer.
I'm doing you a favor, Grady.
Children, do as I say. Get in the car.
You're safer inside.
If you're going to shoot, shoot.
Shit!
Double vision. What were you thinking? Does this hurt? You were just bloody standing there. You should have dropped it. Look, will this heal okay?
Good as new.
You just let him walk, you dopey bog-Irish shit!
Sorry. Hold still now.
Wake up! Wake up! Don't let me down, Sandy! Wake up! Wake up! Don't go under! Reach for the pain! Reach! Wake up! Reach for the pain! Reach! Don't go under! Reach for the pain! Reach! Don't let me down, Sandy! Sandy, wake up! Fuck you! Sandy! Wake up! Wake up! Sandy! Sandy! Wake up! Wake up!
Are you okay? Oh, I need a drink.
Get the hell out of my life, Grady.
I think you're gonna have to carry me.
Any cop with half a brain will come looking here.
Yeah, eventually.
You scared me stiff, you know that? I thought you were...
Chris? No, I think you missed your last chance for seeing him today.
You bastard.
What were you two up to? Just taking in the scenery? A dangerous prisoner goes for a swim in broad daylight. A new patrol car back in the panel shop. Traffic backed up for hours. You know, you two are a couple of no-hopers.
Look, Sarge, I
Shut
told you...
up. You know, if I were you two, I would pray that Grady comes up as a floater, because if he turns up out there, causing any kind of mischief, the Commissioner is going to have your hides. Now piss off, the two of you. And I want a detailed report before you go off duty.
I reckon I clipped him. Oh, easy up there.
Jesus. Let's pull in his mates.
Oh, the only thing you're pulling is your dick. Round up the usual suspects, eh?
Shit. Yeah, well, if you'd had the balls to drop him when he walked...
Look, I don't shoot guys in the back.
Okay? Next time, he won't walk away.
Oh, give me a break. What is this? Powdered milk?
Yeah, that's it.
So what do you think, he's going to email you his current address? What's this? Convicted of illegally transferring undeclared currency. Guy's an accountant. A pussy.
Killed a guy in prison. Convicted of manslaughter, got 6 years added to his sentence.
Probably bored the guy to death.
Don't sell this guy short. Yeah, check out his file. Did a stint in the SAS. Honorably discharged on medical grounds. Deported from the States for overstaying his visa. Foreign Affairs lifted his passport for selling his services to an unfriendly government.
So? Had a cell just warmed up waiting for him.
Bit of a mean bastard, this one.
Mate, we get close to this prick. I'm shooting first, reading his rights later.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too close. Seems he's pretty good with his hands.
Yeah.
You said it was close by.
It's just a little bit further.
You've got a nerve after all these years. Jesus, what if we get pulled over by a booze bus or anything?
Well, I'll tell them I abducted you, all right?
That wouldn't convince the police for long when they look up our past.
Will you relax? You credit them with too much smarts, you know that?
They caught you.
Shitty night to be out, eh?
The rain's made the air clean.
Still stinks like diesel to me. Grady.
Hey, Keith. How you doing?
What the fuck are you doing out so soon?
Oh, self-motivation. Read all those books you left me.
Shit, I wish my kid would.
Yeah? Listen, mate, I need to call in a few favours.
Oh, shit, mate, you didn't. What the fuck did you break out for?
You forget pretty quickly, don't you?
Dad, any hassles?
Go and check the LPG pressures out the back, would you, Jimmy?
I already did it this afternoon.
Just do the fuck what I tell you. Please, Jimmy.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it again.
So your kid, one that used to hash up your computers.
Grady, please.
You owe me, mate.
Look, take some cash, but just keep going, huh?
I don't want your money. Have you forgotten that time those hoons had you bent over in the laundry? Eh? Now, if I hadn't have come along, that'd have really made you squeal. I need you to tell me about Chris.
Oh, look, I was really sorry to hear it.
Thanks.
He just got in too deep. Trusted that fuckwit cousin of his.
You gonna tell me about Frank?
Yeah, that silly prick. I still reckon he's the one that dubbed us in.
I need a place to stay. And I need to get rid of these.
Mate, look, I know it isn't much, but I'm starting out from square one again. Please don't fuck it up for me. Look, take what you want, but please don't make me help you.
All right, give me the tape. I was never here, right?
No, never here. No problem, mate.
Yeah, Keith. We believed we were invincible, didn't we, eh? We dropped our guard. And that's when we ran out of luck.
I don't believe in luck. Don't!
He's a good kid. He'll do you proud.
Stay away from Frank, bud. He's bad news. Grady. The 80s were good for us, eh?
Yeah. And we're the best. Where's that place, Chris, out of the coast?
You want me to write down the directions? I'm out of here.
I want you to take me there.
Grady, I'm not a taxi service.
What am I supposed to do? I can hardly thumb a ride, can I?
I'll drive you there to get you out of my hair.
Thanks.
But then the slate's clean. After that, you're on your own. I was scared you were going to rob that place.
Oh, I did. Just kidding. Just collecting some debts. So was Keith back there?
Keith? Running a service station? Papers said he had money stashed overseas.
Well, they said the same thing about me. And as you can see, totally correct.
You're not going to give me any of that innocent routine. I couldn't stand it.
No, I got caught fair and square. Don't know how lucky you were, Kate. You nearly went down with a loser.
Grady, I would have waited for you.
Better the way it turned out. Wasn't it? At least you kept it in the family.
Don't make me feel sorry about Chris and me, because I'm not. You'd shut me out. What I did from then on was up to me. That guilt trip doesn't work anymore.
Is that my brother's car?
I've never seen it before. Maybe it's the police.
There's no flashing light. Do you want to just duck in over there? Do you see that?
What? Look, I've got a job to go to.
Count to 100 and then beep the horn.
1, 2, 3.
Slowly.
1.
The mobile telephone is not in the mobile service area. Please try again later.
I wasn't taking anything.
Okay.
Missed you at the funeral, cousin.
If I'd known you were going.
Family should stick together. This is a girl's piece, Frank.
Yeah, well, it was a present.
What makes you think I wouldn't go to my brother's burial?
Yeah, well, being tied up and all that.
And all that? And all what?
You know, you and him falling out over... But I guess that's been squared away.
Thought you'd be long gone by now.
Just checking my answering machine. Hi, Frank.
So, just picking over the wreckage, eh? Frankie?
Hi, this is Kate. I can't come to the phone at the moment, but if you'd like to leave your name
Hello.
and telephone number after the tone, I'll get back to you.
Who is this?
What?
So, what's the word?
On what?
On what? On Chris. What happened?
I don't know. Listen, mate, I know you and me had the odd run-in when we were inside, but...
Well, now, here is your chance to mend a few fences. I hear you and him are pretty close.
Not that close.
I should hope not. Look, Chris and I had our ups and downs, you know, all brothers do. It's no big deal. But I've been inside for 4 years. Now I'm just trying to piece together what happened. All right? Now, it seems to me he was making a bit too much money to be working as a bodyguard.
He gave that up ages ago.
Why? He was good at it.
Between you and me, word was he'd lost it.
Lost his nerve. That doesn't sound like Chris.
When word gets round...
All right, fair enough. How'd he make out?
With his contacts, he was moving military hardware.
Frank, I don't see my brother as a travelling salesman selling clapped-out weapons from 2 wars ago. There's no money in it. I mean, governments do it openly nowadays, don't they?
No, you got it all wrong. He was flogging the latest Russian night vision gear to whoever could pay for it. That's the name of the game now.
How'd he get his hands on it?
If you have the right connections, you can get anything in Russia. He'd done some favours for the right people. Your brother was selling gear the Russian army hadn't even seen yet. North Koreans used to call him cat's eyes. Bought everything he could smuggle out.
So?
So he got ambitious, he expanded.
You mean bigger stuff?
He used to boast he could flog a ballistic missile if he could smuggle it out. Nah, smaller. He went for a bunch of thermic switches. North Koreans have heaps of the hot stuff. They've got the mass to make the atomic bomb. But what they needed were the electronic triggers to pop the Semtech explosive in sequence to set it off, and that's the key. They couldn't make it. And no one would sell them any. Except...
He got his hands on some.
And the chinks pay heaps.
So, then?
Like most Russian gear, it was shit. Switches wouldn't work your toasters. Chinks went bananas, lost a face and all that wank. Not to mention hard currency.
I suppose he didn't give the money back, did he?
He was working on a replacement shipment. Russian mafia promised the next batch would be goers.
Right. Oh, well, of course, yeah. He sent me this note in the slammer about this package that he had that was going to get him off the hook. Do you remember that, Kate? Listen, I'm on a tight schedule, so,
Yeah, I understand.
A lot of catching up to do. Listen, mate, I might be able to put you in touch with some people who may be interested in that package.
Yeah? Well, I'll think about it, yeah, if I'm still around. What?
Grady, someone picked up the phone at my place. It's probably cops. Or worse.
I'm sorry. I should have kept you out of it, shouldn't I?
Sorry? It's a bit late to be sorry. You've been dragging me all over the countryside, making social calls with half the police force after you. Chris told me that there were people looking for you. Then what's this nonsense about a package? What package?
Well, Frank's a bit of a snitch, you know. The guy's taking it up the arse in the slam for a packet of cigarettes. He'd sell anyone out at a price.
Great. And you let him walk out the door?
Well, as long as he thinks he can finish a deal that Chris started, he's not going to go to the cops, is he? It was either that or killing him, I guess.
What if he tells those guys you've got those switch things?
That's what I'm counting on. I'm on the run, Kate. I can't figure around looking for them. They're going to have to come to me. These people killed my brother, Kate.
I know that. And we're both torn up by it. But all this macho revenge stuff isn't going to change what happened to Chris. Prison scrambled your brain. I'm out of here.
Hang on. I mean, who do you think's going to be waiting for you when you get there? If you get there. I mean, it seems that everyone knew you were on with Chris.
Oh, that sticks in your throat, doesn't it?
Why would you want to go to the police? I think you better stay here till this gets resolved.
Well, they catch up with you.
South Korea responded by preparing contingency plans for war with the North. The United States announced it was also ready with contingency plans to boost its defensive capabilities in South Korea. But the Pentagon said there's no immediate threat.
Anything about me?
No.
We do not see anything that indicates that the North Korean military is taking...
You should eat something.
I could use some coffee.
Have some of this.
determined that fuel from Yongbyon was being diverted to a nuclear weapons program, the US would act through the UN.
The ball is now in North Korea's court. It's up and down. Whether they want to hold the government into nuclear weapons, whether they want to work with the United States on it, or whether they want to break faith.
Look, I've been thinking. So far, no one's been hurt. And from what you've told me, it seems that you got away by accident. And with the stress of your brother's funeral. So maybe if you contact the police before they get too close, it won't go so hard for you. I can put you in contact with a good lawyer
A good lawyer.
who can work out a deal.
Slammer was full of good lawyers.
Where will you go?
I'm not going back inside, that's for sure.
It gets more dangerous for you the longer you stay on the outside.
Well, I'll take my chances. Thanks for this food. What have you been doing?
This and that.
Saw your routine last night.
I only do it to keep fit.
You gave up dancing? Really? Wow. Some of those dreams you had?
I grew up, Grady.
So what are you doing now?
I'm a property consultant.
Flogging real estate? Wow.
And what the hell have you done with your life? Stuffed remote. I'll get some coffee.
Some 60,000 refugees have been driven out of their homes. At least half are camped on the outskirts of Battambang, Cambodia's second largest city. The casualties line the city's hospitals, mostly civilians whose limbs have been shattered by mines planted by...
Funny how things work out, innit? I always thought it'd be me who'd get it first. Chris was always a cautious one. He was always into this supernatural stuff. I remember him as a kid running around with sheets on his head, scaring the hell out of me all the time. He made me do a pact with him once. Whoever died first would get in touch with the other one. No wonder I can't sleep at night.
Sounds just like Chris. He was always such an organizer.
Got me this deal in a car once. One of his mates was flogging confiscated vehicles from, I don't know, drug busts or something. He had these 3 bullet holes in the driver's door. So Chris is going on trying to get a discount because of the slugs. That's why I wanted it. I probably would have paid extra for the bullet holes. This is a Geiger counter. I wonder you couldn't turn the TV off with it. It's one of Chris's toys. Sandy, this is a key.
Grady? Grady, what is it? What are you after? If you tell me what you're looking for, I can help.
Oh, come on, Chris. You would have left something. I remember the story he told me about this buddy of his in the Middle East. He used a radioactive tracer.
You're not looking for an atomic bomb or anything.
No. Smoke detector.
Grady, maybe you should catch up on some sleep. Whatever it is will still be there after you've had some rest. You've been on the move for ages. Could whatever we're looking for be outside?
Try the basement first. this?
This one's out of hot water.
Yeah, it's colder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, at least it won't be hot water. That'll be the tracer. Okay, big brother, what do we got here?
Grady. Grady, what is it? What are you after? If you tell me what you're looking for, I can help.
Oh, come on, Chris.
No, let me do it. Okay. And we're both torn up by it. But all this macho revenge stuff isn't going to change what happened to Chris. It's rewound.
Bloody surveillance camera.
Sandy. What do you think of the house? If you see this tape, then I'm probably dead, which is highly unlikely, but if I am, then I'll trust you to get the bastards for me. I hear the boys have been taking care of you, which is... No hard feelings, eh, little brother?
Zone activated.
Please, be my guest.
You see.
Listen, my superior is really unsatisfied.
Just keep your socks on, okay?
You did not deliver what you promised.
Well, how do you think I feel? I mean, we were both let down by the Russians, but the thing is, there is another package on its way. Now, this one is going to be kosher.
What?
Number one, okay?
We do not know that.
Well, no, but I do.
My superior requests the cash be returned to us.
You've just got to have a little patience.
We have been patient. When the switches arrive and prove to be adequate, we will resume negotiations.
Well, then the price might go up. Look, if you want to back up, that's fine. I got another offer from the Japanese.
We simply request that funds be returned.
I mean, they would love to screw you guys. And they'd get the package, they'd throw it in the ocean just so that you don't get your hands on it.
That would be prudent, Mr. Grady, not to come between us.
The Japanese told me where the Koreans come from in all seriousness. He said it happened when the Chinese screwed some monkeys. Of course, I told him that that's what you said about the Japanese. But then he went on to say how the Koreans have these tiny little...
Both torn up by it. But all this macho revenge stuff isn't going to change what happened to Chris. Prison scrambled your brain. I'm out of here.
Listen, so organised. Current passport. Swiss bank account codes. No wonder he couldn't give the money back in time.
That's all?
Yeah, videotape.
You just saw your brother killed and that's all? You've a way out. Use his passport. You can pass for Christian. You've all the money you'll ever need.
I'm not going anywhere. Not just yet.
Leave it to the police. Send them the tape.
The police would piss on that tape, wouldn't make it to court.
Just leave it.
Kate, I would have been whacked in the slammer if Chris hadn't reached the right people. I owe him.
Well, I don't owe anybody anything.
Oh, well, good for you. Why don't you take your car and fuck off?
You didn't even owe him enough to go to his funeral. For Christ's sake, was I the only one who gave a shit?
It was over with him a long time before he died.
Moved on again, had you?
wouldn't go to the funeral. Not after what they did to him. I couldn't bear to see him again like that. You'll go the same way, Grady. Wouldn't let me come and see you.
We should be watching the Babe's place.
Oh, Grady's not going to backtrack.
We got to take her down.
Where are you going to start?
Oh, so what are we doing sitting here with our thumbs up our asses?
Crims do one of two things when they smell freedom. They run or they settle old scores. It's usually both.
Yeah? Well, I'd run.
Yeah. You haven't been inside, have you? Now, Grady. All those long nights of staring out the bars, thoughts just ticking over in your head, eating you up. Revenge can taste a hell of a lot sweeter than freedom. At least when we catch the poor bastard, he'll get a decent night's sleep.
You're sure getting into this guy?
Oh, I may run with the hounds, but me heart's with the fox.
Suppose you send one to catch one.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you been a mick and all.
I checked the restricted file, and it seems our informant here got Grady into the slammer. Copped a reduced sentence for his trouble. The thing of it is, Grady might not know it.
So how do we have him find out?
Here's our bunny now.
This vehicle roadworthy?
You got the rego slips?
You don't look like traffic cops, but keep up the harassment. That's where you may end up.
Is that so?
Look, I'm clean, okay? You can search the car, no warrant.
Seen this villain? Hmm?
Have a closer look.
I was in prison with him years ago.
You did time, Frankie.
Family specialty, eh? So you haven't seen him round lately, hmm?
Grady's out already?
Yeah. Compassionate leave.
Grady's on the run. He comes close. You let us know. All right?
Is there a reward?
Don't worry, Francis. You'll get yours.
Nice car.
I was marked. Because after I was caught, everything began to unravel. Plus, they lost the money that I was carrying, so they were pissed off with me. Soon every hoon in the slammer's trying to get into their good books by giving me a hard time.
How did you survive that?
Well, you learn pretty quickly there's no way out of a brawl. You hit them first. Make it count.
Is that how the prisoner died?
No, this guy just went too far, really. Wouldn't back off, and cops were scared I was getting preferential treatment. I reckon I was lucky to only get down with manslaughter.
Grady.
No, don't. I know what you're going to say.
I know I keep saying it, but leave while you can. Go to Spain like everyone else.
I can't stand paella.
Be serious. No one asks questions when you've got money.
Why don't you come with me?
No.
Why?
It's over. It took me 4 years to learn not to love you. I won't go back. There was always the three of us. We were inseparable.
Then there was only two of us. You froze me out of your life. Chris was there for me. I just seemed to drift towards him. One day we were just together. It's only a question of when.
Photogenic or what? Hey, over here. Hey, aye. China, hey, Michael Jones. Don't fall out there. Awesome.
First he reminded me of you.
Go faster.
But then it became unbearable and it ended for me. Chris went so close to the edge. So he was trying to prove himself. Took up with the worst scumbags. I knew he was headed for a fall. You both caused me so much pain.
Another waste of time.
I don't think Grady's brother spent much time here.
Yeah, it's just a crash pad.
Yeah, he certainly had the dough.
It's too clean. There's nothing in the fridge, no laundry. Grady hasn't been here. You should check out that woman's place.
No, he's moving forward. I can feel it. We're getting close, though.
Yeah? You'll just let me get close enough to her.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too eager if I was you. Heard he snapped that guy's neck like a carrot. We're off.
Big finish, big finish.
Come on. Turn around. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, go away. I'm trying to fix this. Ta-da! Lunch. You hungry?
Grady, you know, I was thinking that... That's enough. Do you enjoy torturing yourself?
Watching the highlights of my life the last couple of years.
You're gonna go on feeling sorry for yourself until someone puts you out of your misery.
No, I'm just going through the essentials that my brother was taking with him.
I wasn't part of his life anymore.
Well, he thought so. Were you screwing him while we were together?
Is that what you thought? Is that what was eating you up, making you reckless?
Were you?
Yes.
Listen, I think you should go. I think you should just get in your car and go somewhere where they don't know you for a while.
Come with me.
Well, I don't think we'd get very far together. When the cops know I've been at your place, they'll be looking for your car. And look, the only way for you to get out of this mess is to travel alone.
We could meet up somewhere. I know a place. What is it?
Looks like a tradesman.
Could easily be a setup. The van to be full of SWAT cowboys. He could be a nice little distraction.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah? That's how I do it.
Go away.
Answer the door, Kate.
Sorry, I was in the shower.
Hi. Is this Christian Grady's address?
You've something for him?
Sure do. AK Couriers.
I'll take it for him.
And you're...
Mrs. Grady.
Right. Well, I'm sure glad I found this place. Look, I'll just get you a sign, Sorry. Hope it's nothing breakable. I'll just get you a sign, get your sign on this sheet here. Yeah? Thanks. Have a nice day.
Seemed on the level to me. The Russians wouldn't be dumb enough to mail those switches, would they?
Don't bet on it. It's declared as computer parts.
Seems so obvious.
Too easy, really. Just came a little late, that's all.
Let me answer it.
No, don't.
I'll say that I've come to check the house out.
No, don't do that. It might be Frank.
No, leave it.
No. I was thinking that maybe I could do a deal with them now. Or I could stall them. Oh, it's bad enough having the cops on the tail as it is.
Anyone home?
Well, no one's answering.
Hi, this is Grady. I'm not in right now, but if you want to arrest me, just leave a message at the end of the tone.
I think we should take a drive up there and have a look.
The place is miles from anywhere. Look, it's going to be dark soon. We haven't checked in for
We're
hours.
afraid of the dark.
This is a bum lead.
Just drive.
Yes. You go to a hotel, you book in under your name, you use your credit cards. Now, when we split up, if I'm not there in a couple of days, then you go home.
I return home, I report my car stolen and a burglary.
Right. That should convince the cops. We've wasted a lot of time, haven't we? Okay, come on, let's go.
It's them.
Shit. Open that case. Quickly. Right. That's now loaded. You rest the hammer back
No.
until you need it. It's just in case you might need it.
No, I don't want to be any part of it.
All right, get out of the cellar. And don't come up until I get you, no matter what happens.
Grady, it's me. Can we talk? Grady, these gentlemen want to talk to you. They can help.
Good evening, gentlemen. I haven't got much time.
We need to complete your brother's bargain.
That slate's clean, mate. If you want to make a deal, let's deal. Take a seat.
As you know, we have been very patient up to now. But before we continue negotiations, I wish to confirm the components.
Oh, no. Don't push it. First we deal.
We paid for those.
Well, the components might not be in this briefcase.
Come on. Grady, we're trying to do business here.
Thanks for the tip. I know how you do business, Frank.
Shit. He's stolen the diplomat's car.
Yeah, I think we better call for some backup.
Yeah, and if he's not there, we're going to look like a pair of wankers again.
I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself, if I kill this Coghill and the goodies aren't in the briefcase, then I'm in the shit. Am I right? So we're going to do a deal before you can have a look. You see what happens when you miss out on 40 years of capitalism? You can only negotiate down the barrel of a gun. Am I right, Frank?
Anything you say, Grady.
What do you want?
I want you to call that other guy in here, and I want you to tell this one to drop what he's packing.
Look, let's just back off and try and conduct this in a more business-like fashion.
We handed over the money in good faith.
Grady! It's okay, sir. You're safe now.
I'm joined up.
Drop your weapon! Ah!
Remember me? I've come back. I'm your worst nightmare. Now, you didn't have to order my head sliced off. We could have come to an agreement. What's that?
Grady, we have to go.
No, I want to hear what this man has to say. Come on. I'm listening.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Grady, it's over!
hold on to it tight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah. I've seen one of these before. That's just a gut wound. You'll be all right. I'm gonna get you an ambulance, and you're gonna give us a day's head start. Yeah, got it. That hurts like hell, doesn't it? Guess you say anything to get help. So I want you to give me a word. Otherwise, we're out of here.
Yeah, you got my word.
This will help you tell the good guys from the bad guys.
Grady. If you're going to go, just piss off.
Fair enough.
Operator.
I need an ambulance.
Address,
To... What's the address?
14 Almeria Road, Lakeland.
14 Almeria Road, Lakeland. An accident.
What type of injury?
A shooting.
Stay on.
Let's get out of here. There's another guy out there.
I've got my keys.
Have to draw him in here and I'll jump him in the dark.
Take the blankets off.
This guy can see in the dark.
We can make a run for the car.
No, he'll cut us off. Then really can see everything.
Let's go for it. The ambulance will be here in a minute.
You're gonna need a couple of seconds to start your car, aren't we?
I can make it.
You reckon? All right. I'll keep him distracted for a while.
I'll bring it round to the front.
Okay, just beat the horn.
Grady, just take care of yourself.
Hey! Take off, Kyle!
His sword!
Take toss it.
I think we are going to make it.
Singapore Airlines wish to announce flight SN47 to Hong Kong is now boarding at gate 7. Passengers are requested to make their way through passport formalities.
Walk in front of me. Make it look like I abducted you, just in case.
That big detective.
You a rook?
Yeah. Did you know him before?
No, I just took his word. Chris's passport's my biggest worry.
Regency Airlines wish to announce flight RG415 to Kuala Lumpur is now boarding at gate 9. Passengers are requested to make their way through
Okay.
passport formalities.
Come here. Point of no return.
Walk into a door, Mr. Grady.
No, car accident, actually. Just shaved my lip with the stitches. Hurt like hell.
I can imagine. Just a moment. Mel, can you come here a minute?
What's the problem?
Sorry, Mr. Grady, this won't take a moment.
Thank you, Miss Stevenson. You've got to clear the command cursor before deleting the text.
Have a nice trip.
When he called over the other guy, I nearly died.
Yeah, me too.
Iberian Airlines flight ES-36 is now boarding through gate 17.
One more thing.
Do you know how much you're tossing away?
We've got more than we'll ever need. Let's quit while we're ahead, eh?
Try it again.
Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up with you.
Damn handcuffs.
That's just my watch. Does it all the time.
Have a nice trip.
Thank you. Let's go.